So I decided to continue with the installation of the suspension. I also decided that if I just raise that raise the car frame higher up on the lift, I can just put my hands up there, and the half shafts and such won't be that much in the way. So trying to get these bolts started, and I'm going to try doing one side with the flange end first and the other side with the U-joint end first, just to see which is easier to do. So I will do both sides, and then I will let you know which I thought was easier. One of the things that I did find out in the process of looking at torque specs is that there are two different types of attachments for the U-joint into the spindle, what do I want to call it, the spindle that comes out of the differential. One of them has caps, that's the heavy duty one apparently, and the other one has U-bolts, and it would appear as though you got to have the one that matches your I can't think of the name of them right now. The shafts that go into the differential. They have the flanges on them for the half shafts. It's not terribly easy to get the bolts started on the half shaft, but apparently you can rotate it as long as you don't have wheels on it and such. You can rotate it, get them in a better position for you to start them. So I will need to find I believe that's a 5/8 inch bolt there. I'll need to get a socket and tighten those. In the meantime, since I have the heavy duty axle studs, I have the caps. And the caps come with two bolts that hold them on. And I think I want to shut this off and go get me a proper wrench, so that when I put these up, I don't have to leave it dangling there. Okay, I'm running into a situation here where I think it might be easier to install the the end with the U-joint because I don't know that I'm going to be able to get this lined up very easily. I still have black tape on that so that the caps don't fall off, which is important. The problem I think I'm going to have is once I get this cap in place is maybe starting the bolts on the actual cap once I get the ends of the U-joint in place. So I am going to give it a try because I said I would, and hopefully I can get that tape off of there without losing the cap. That wouldn't be good. So cut the tape here. I'm just going to take the bottom part of it off and leave the top on. I don't know how much it'll hold it, but I just want to make sure that I don't lose the cap. Okay, I'm going to try to leave that top in. Okay, and I'm going to try to push that U-joint end. There's a little tab in the flange that keeps it in place. Those things are hard to move by hand. There. Okay, so now I've got the end of the U-joint fitting on the sitting on the little tab, and I'm going to try to get this cap nut bolt started. The reason you got to make sure you got the right cap or the right retainer, I'll call it, for the U-joint is that the insides of this cap here, or the flange, I should say, the yoke, the inside of that is threaded for the heavy-duty ones. For the ones that take the strap, like what came off of this car, the bolt is not threaded. So, or the yoke is not threaded. So the strap, U-bolt, basically has a nut that goes on the end over here. I hope I'm not moving that too much. I cannot get a socket on that, which is why I say I think it'd be easier to put this end on first, because you can put it on and easily rotate the yoke. It will spin without having to rotate the whole thing. Okay, I am going to take the rest of the tape off the other side and see if I can hold that on while I take the tape off so it doesn't fall. See if I can get the other cap started. And I think what I might end up doing is I might end up jacking up the end of the trailing arm so that it's more level. Either that or I'll have to rotate this around so that I can get the wrench on the bolts. I think I'll be able to reach the bolts on the top end because of the way this thing is slanted down, but it remains to be seen. I'll try it and see what happens. So I'm going to try coming over the top with the other cap. That doesn't want to line up very well either. There is no tab on the cap like there is on the flange to hold that U-joint the U-joint in place. Got one of them started. The other one is started. And these are 9/16 bolts here. I'm going to break out the power ratchet. I'll keep banging my head here. Should have put my hard hat on. People make fun of me for it, but it saves my head. Okay. Those two are tightened. I think I can get this on. Tighten. I gotta rotate the shaft now. Do it by rotating the input shaft to the differential. That makes it easier. You get some leverage. These will have to be torqued. These are 30 pounds, and the ones on the U-bolts are 15. So that's up, and I have to get the flange side tightened now. Okay, here is the extension for the socket. Okay, those four are snugged up. And I forgot to finish the last bolt on the other cap. I would have caught it when I go to torque them, but I'm going to tighten it up now because it's a little bit loose. If I can find out where to aim the camera. Let me move the camera. So I don't know if you can see it, but this is a little loose right here. So I'm going to rotate that around and get it to the top where I can get the socket on it and tighten it down. That one looks like it might be a little loose yet too. After I get this all together, I'll get out the torque wrench and torque everything down. Oh, that was tight, more or less. And we'll get the one over here that was loose. Check them both. Okay. So the half shaft is on the passenger side. Now I will go to the driver's side and I will put that half shaft on, but I'm going to start it on the U-bolt end, just to see if that goes better. I don't know if this is going to be the best view for you, but it's going to be, I think, the best way for me to work on it. So what I have to do is start getting the black tape off of the bottom cap without losing the cap. Okay. So far, so good. I'm just going to leave the tape on for the top. Take that off after I take off after I get the half shaft started. So I can get the power wrench on that now. That'll at least give me a start, something to hold it on with. Oh, came out of there. So I guess neither way is easy. I'm going to put the half shaft down and move my trailing arm out a little bit. Okay, that's started. I can get the power wrench on it. I'll try to get the black tape off of the rest of it so that I can start the top cap. Nice. There. That's out. Let's see if I can see around here to get this started. Well, I can tell you that neither way was easy. It isn't helping any that I'm trying to stay out of the way of the camera. I am going to have to rotate this around so that I can get a better line of sight on it. Let's take it that way. Half shaft with the U-joints and everything on it is fairly heavy. So that's causing me some issues right now. Okay. Okay, that bolt started. One last bolt on this side. Spin this around so I can tighten the last two. Okay. So that's in. Now, the challenge is going to be to get the other side in. And I'm running out of battery. I gotta shut this off and change the battery. Okay, so now we gotta get these bolts started on the flange end. Probably gonna have to rotate the shaft a little bit to make that happen, but if I can get one started, we'll be on our way. That might be started. I just need to do this manually. With a hand tool, because we don't want to cross thread it till we know it's started correctly. Find my correct size of socket. We'll be on our way. Okay. See, that was not started. So it's a good thing I didn't put a power tool on it. Probably would have just fallen off like it did, but that's okay. Again, not started. I'm guessing, based on this so far, it was easier to put the flange end in first. I wasn't dealing with the weight of the half shaft when I was trying to put those caps on the U-joint side. So I still didn't get that started. Let's try a different hole. Yikes. I think what the problem might be is that the flange might not be parallel to the other flange it's trying to bolt to. As a result, when I try to put the screws in, they're not catching the thread. Gonna try to move this trailing arm in just a little bit closer to me. That might be a little bit of a help. Yeah, the flange on the other side without the U-bolt end connected to the differential was easier. That's my advice to you. Start that end, this end first. What I'm going to try to do is use the socket to give me a better grip on the bolt. Be able to turn it easier. Maybe that'll be the ticket. That might be started. Let's try one up here now. I think a longer extension would be even better. I think I could get more hand grip on it to turn it. Well, I think those three are started. I'm going to just put a little bit of pressure on them with the ratchet. Nothing that would strip a bolt. I think now might be a time when I could put a power ratchet on those three. shafts are in. My recommendation would be to install the flange side first. It just seemed a lot easier.